encouraging words for us all from the Bible. I'm J. Lenora Bressler. Welcome to the June 8, 2020 edition of the Bible, Delight in the Details. Psalm 103, verses 1 to 5, have some marvelous, beautiful words of comfort and encouragement for us all at a time when I think we all need some comfort and encouragement. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all your iniquity, who heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from the pit, who crowns you with steadfast love and mercy, who satisfies you with good so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. Those are marvelous, soaring words, and there's some details within them that I think will make you love them even more. First of all, this is a psalm by David. It says that. We know that not all the psalms are written by David, but this one is attributed to him. He is addressing his own soul. He's telling his soul what to do, to bless the Lord, O my soul. It's fascinating that this poetic format of addressing one's soul was actually a well-known format in the ancient world. In fact, archaeology has found that as early as 2100 BC, that's over 1,000 years before David wrote this psalm, it was a well-known format. We still have an Egyptian poem from 2100 BC called Dispute of a Man with His Own Soul. So it seems that talking to oneself, to one's inmost self, and the introspection and the discussion within one's own heart of issues is a very human thing, and apparently something that human beings through every era, every crisis, every century have done. Now, something that's interesting here is the word that is translated as soul from the Hebrew actually means breath. It was considered the life force of a person. Now, the Hebrews understood soul differently than probably most of us living in a post-New Testament world would. If you ask most Christians today about their soul, they might tell you, well, I have a physical body, and while I'm on earth, my physical body is the house or the dwelling place for my soul, which is actually my real self, my inmost self, what makes me unique. But in the Hebrew mind, the soul was the unified being of a person. It was the body as well as the spirit, and they were together, which explains a lot of things. For example, in Job, Job says, "In my flesh I know I will see the Lord, his Redeemer." And I don't know about you, but I used to think about that. I would read that and I'd say, yeah, Job, you're going to see him all right, but it's going to be in your spiritual body, in your spiritual self. No. The Hebrews understood that the unified self was both body and spirit, which is also sheds light on why it was so important to the early church that Christians understand that Jesus' resurrection was a bodily one. Why it was so important, why the Gospels and Acts particularly records that Jesus was seen by well over 500 people on at least 10 occasions, that he was physical, that he ate fish to show that he was a physical body in his resurrected form, because that's how the Hebrew mind would understand. And so it's interesting that it's, oh my soul, and all that is within me, all that is me, should be blessing the Lord. Now, why? Why should we? Because we should not forget his benefits. You know, in just a couple, few phrases, David has explained to us something that's very beautiful, and that is that God is the answer. God's the answer to everything. If the problem is sin, He's the answer, for He forgives all our iniquity. If the problem is disease or health, excuse me, He is the answer, for He heals all our diseases. If the issue is life or death, whether it's physical life or death or spiritual life or death, He is the answer, for He redeems our life from the pit. But it's more than just that He puts us back. He does more than that. He crowns us with steadfast love and mercy. Oh my goodness, don't we need steadfast love and mercy right now? And we need it steadfast. You know, people can love and be merciful here and there and yonder once in a while, maybe even, on a fairly regular basis. But who can actually do it all the time? Who can be so steadfast, so rock solid, so unconditional in their love that they can always be counted on, no matter what the consequences, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what the perspectives or the perceptions? God and God alone can give us that steadfast love and mercy that is so needed. And then something else I just love toward the end of this passage in verse 5, something I never knew. I think you're going to like this. It says, He satisfies you with good so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. This is what I learned. I already knew that an eagle is a majestic, beautiful, very strong bird. We know that he can soar very high and dive very fast, has great strength on that wingspan of his. But that didn't explain to me what this means. Your youth is renewed like the eagles? This is what I learned. Eagles at 5 years of age lose their feathers. They go through a molting process. Now, these are not little eaglets. These are full-grown, mature, older, if not old, eagles. And so as these feathers are falling out, they look puny. They look weak. They look sick. In fact, you would give them up for dead. But what happens? Those eagles grow new feathers. And as that's happening, it literally looks like their youth is returning. And as the feathers continue to grow, their energy, their stamina, and their strength is literally renewed. Isn't that a glorious encouragement for all of us to know that through God, no matter what the situation may look like, He can renew our youth, our energy, our stamina. In fact, the word that is translated as renew in the Hebrew actually means to rebuild or repair. I love Psalm 103, and now I particularly love verses 1 through 5. I'm J. Lenora Bressler. Visit me on the next